Hey guys, Brian Haywood here. Welcome back to my Beards and Banjos YouTube channel. And today we're on part 3 of our beard trim. Part 1, if you missed it, we took off about 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch off the bottom. We tapered the sides a little bit. We cleaned up everything, did a little hedge trimming, worked on our back line and making sure our bottom line was the way I wanted it, which was a little bit rounded, which is what I've got now. The last video we attacked this big epic mustache, took off quite a bit of the bulk here and the length, showed you a little secret on how you can separate your mustache. And today to top it off is to get that cheek line exactly right. So I'm going to be using the Cut Buddy Plus that I was sent out and show you how you can establish that cheek line. So go back and check out the other videos if you haven't. And for this one, it really makes a difference if you've got a big mustache. If your cheek line is too high, you lose the epicness of your mustache. So for me, and at least also for my preferences, for guys with big mustaches, you actually need to have it kind of scoop down just a little bit. And the ideal for me is to kind of go for the corner of your mouth. And I've got mine a little bit high right now. I'll try letting it grow up a little bit on purpose. To see how I liked it, and also for the purpose of this video. But I've got a little gap here that doesn't really grow in thick, so having hair here doesn't really make a lot of sense. All right, so I wanted to show you that. Some guys, they have even more sparseness here, so you can actually aim lower than the corner of your mouth. Some guys kind of aim all the way down to about here. Okay, and you have to kind of experiment to see what works for you. But I always think if you've got a separate mustache, you need clean cheek lines through here. And you can go a little bit lower than what you might think if you've got kind of a decent medium to longer beard and a big mustache. The length on your beard, you also want more length here on your cheeks. It kind of keeps everything in proportion. If you've got a big long beard and you've only got this much cheek, then you look really hairy. So anyway, we've got the Cut Buddy Plus that was sent out to me. We're going to be using it just to do the cheek lines. You can use it for like this area here. If you're just growing out your beard, you can use the big part here to help you with your neckline. I don't do that with a beard of this size, but I do use this to help get my cheek line. And I've done it 2 ways. I've used this part, which kind of scoops it a little bit further down. It was a little bit much for me. That's kind of why I regrew it a little bit. Or you could use the big side of it, which is what I'm going to try today. I kind of have a good width here for my sideburns. Some guys have really thick, bushy ones. So if that's the case, you probably want to taper it down and get a little bit thinner. Mine's about as thin as you want to go, unless you're kind of going down to a bald head fade kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is to put it here, and then the other one is the corner of my mouth, and keeping my mustache out of the way. You see a little bit of hair right here that we'll need to get, all right, that I've let grown up. And the same thing on this side. You got to make sure you get it in the right spot. And then I've got a little bit here, and that to clean all that up. So what I'll be using is the Brio Axis trimmers, because I can actually see what I'm doing. But the other thing that's really good to have is a barber pencil or eyeliner. All right. They sent one out to me. It's a white one, which works good for me. If you've got a really white beard, you may want to go get a black eyeliner, barber pencil, if you wish. But that'll really help kind of keep you from making a mistake if you're kind of freehand and everything. All right. So let me see if we can line this off. If we line off both sides, we can see how it looks before I start trimming. So corner of my mouth, corner of my sideburn. Let me go back and look at this. I kind of like it. I think it looks good on guys if they've got the cheek line the same or very similar to the bottom of their beard. And if I do this one, I think it's going to be scooped down a little bit too much. So I'm going to stick with this one. It's not going to be exactly like the bottom of my beard, but it'll kind of be in the ballpark. It's going to be a little bit rounded. Now, if you've got really long hairs here, sometimes if you're pressing too hard, this pencil will get caught in the long hairs. So it really works better if you've only got short hairs or no hairs. You're just trying to establish stuff. It doesn't have to be really dark, just something to kind of go by where you can tell what's going on. So it is a little bit rounded. I've got the bottom rounded. That'll work well. Hard part for me is that you want it to be really specific, and then I guess I could try to get this really sharp, but this is a pretty wide line there, but it is what it is. We'll definitely use it to keep us from going way off the beaten path of where we're trying to get to. Let's try this other side. Get the mustache out of the way, and then we'll compare them before we start trimming. Kind of take a look and see. That's not bad. So it says you can hold this up and use the trimmer. You kind of do it all in one swoop. That might work. I'm going to try to just kind of go with the white line that I've got here. Trying to get the right light for you guys. It's hard to see. And I'll go back with a razor and get this. I've got a straight razor. I haven't figured it out yet, so I'm still more the disposable ones, but this will kind of get me in the ballpark for sure. Okay, so let's do this other side. Looks like I missed a hair. And like I said, I'll go back with a razor and get that a little closer. And then on a day-to-day basis, I really just use a foil shaver, electric razor. I just hit my cheeks here. Okay, and then every maybe once a week, I'll take my safety double twin razor and just kind of go down through here dry, just along the curve. And then every month is when I'll do something like this when I do my big beard trim. But hopefully you can tell a huge difference, at least I can. Once you clean this up, it really makes the beard a lot sharper, and it allows you to show off that mustache a little bit more. All right, so let me know in the comments how you take care of your cheek line on a daily or weekly basis. Do you use a cut buddy? Do you freehand it? Do you let your barber do it and you just let it grow back in between? But anyway, hope you found this helpful. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. See you on the next video.